The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser cut dice towers, tokens, and more, developed by a gamer for gamers, and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. And by SD Way Gaming, where dice goblins unite. Our friends at SD Way Gaming celebrate the beautiful dice players handpick for their games and splendor. SD Way Gaming has expanded to include many tabletop gaming varieties, accessories, and similar fun necessities to include a service for your dice addiction. You can shop for a variety of products at sdwaygaming.com or find SD Way Gaming on Facebook.
Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Gideon Block, a paladin of Daga, bringing her justice to the wilds of Ritoya.
I'm Konnor Shenold, and I play Konnor with a K, the Kobold Sorcerer who's finally out of the bag.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Zonimus Dinar, a roguish warlock, controlling his fate with chaos.
I'm Kiri Hester, and I play Poppy Tealeaf, a high-born halfling druid who has forsaken her family for the call of the frontier.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Mockrin Stoneshaper, a young dwarf sorcerer wielding his arcane gifts to delve into the mysteries of the wilderness.
And I'm Ash King, your dungeon master. Join us now for Tales from the Callban Frontier.
Well, a most fascinating development has just occurred. The group of you have somehow, almost miraculously, convinced Wiley Smokes Moran that you're on his side, that you want to help him. What's stranger is that he seems to believe you. Walking down into the workshop where Serafina, in her words, one of the most brilliant engineers of this century, is showing off her latest creation, a new skyship. Lighter, faster, and hopefully better. Wiley leaning into you, Zonimus, and says, I know she's a pain, but she's good for her word.
As soon as you can cut her loose.
We'll see about that. But what you have noticed as you have come fully into her workspace, she seems to have under her command a group of Azers. There's 5 of them here who, until your approach, had been working on the skyship. There also are some Dragonborn, 4 of them, and a pair of Kobolds, all with green tint to their scales. Some slight yellowish markings to them. Highly similar to what you saw in the Temple of Nightmare, where the Dragonborn and the Kobold sworn to Nightmare service took very similar colorings to their master. But it's the strangest thing. They are moving and acting in a jittery, almost, they're being compelled to do things and they're trying to fight that compulsion. So it's weird. It's just off. But the thing you notice about the 4 Dragonborn and the 2 Kobolds is that they have these collars around their necks that it's a coppery color made out of metal. It's a very thin metal sheet that it's almost as if it's stuck to the skin and hasn't quite become embedded or become part of the skin, but it's so close that you couldn't get your finger under it. And you're all spellcasters, so I would say that you do notice that there's symbols and sigils that have been etched into this metal. In order to investigate them fully, you'd have to get a much closer look. But even from this distance, you're definitely closer to them. You can see that there's at least something on there. As far as what it is, that's yet to be seen.
Are we on the actual ship or are we still down below?
Serafina hasn't taken you up on the actual ship yet. You're still on the floor of the workshop, and you have a big gang ramp leading up to the ship that allows them to get on and get off it without much trouble. And again, you see that it does appear that they are finished as far as all of the major work. You see that there's sails that are bound up, ready to be unfurled. There are supply casks and crates and things that are being taken onto the ship. So it does appear as if you've caught them right at the very end of whatever they've been planning.
I say to Serafina, I noticed you've got some kind of control over these dragonkin. That's good. What is it you're doing?
Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I am just asking them to work.
Okay. Well, you gotta keep an eye on them.
Of course.
Yeah.
And that also is not my special brand of magic. That's one of Fortunado's tricks.
Oh, well, I look forward to meeting him. Is this all that you have in your control, or is there more of them?
This is only half of our workforce.
I'm gonna look at Wiley and say, where'd you find them?
Where'd you think I found them? Right here.
Oh, man.
He leans in a little bit, and I thought they'd killed you, to be honest with you.
Didn't stick.
Hence why you can imagine my surprise when I saw you in the last stop.
I'm full of surprises.
For the record, I am glad you're not dead. As he pulls away and takes a few steps forward.
Poppy, I whisper. Them they're dwarven guys with the flaming beard. They're called Azirs. They're from the elemental plane of fire. History books, they're in conflict sometimes about whether they were servants of the Ifrit or slaves of the Ifrit. Do you see him look at he's just so, he hasn't noticed the kobolds and the dragonborn, the oddity of their movement or the collars. He probably hasn't noticed that at all. He's just watching these elemental beings move and work.
And it does seem like Serafina approaches one of these Azirs who just comes over with a tablet that has paper and stuff clipped to it. She does take a moment from her grandiose info dump to look over whatever this Azir is talking to her, and they do talk to one another in Primordial, and then specifically in Ignan, about what's that whole, hey boss, here's the work, here's the update, here's what we've accomplished, da-da-da, here's what we've still got to do, da-da-da-da-da.
While Zonimus is talking with Wiley, and while Serafina is up by this Azir, I want to reinstate my invisibility. I'm willing to spend some sorcery points to do a subtle spell, but I'm going to be as close to Kiri as I can, because Kiri, you said Poppy's Paths Without a Trace is still up?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just have to be within 30 feet.
Oh, 30 feet, okay.
Yeah.
Around the workshop, there's obviously little nooks and crannies where someone
Behind
such
a
as yourself
crate.
could duck behind. So what I will say is I'm still going to allow for an opportunity for you to be noticed, but since you are willing to do the subtle spell and spend those sorcerer points, I will give you advantage on the stealth check.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to...
And the plus?
And plus 10 from the...
Which will wear off soonish. I haven't had a need to drop it.
Right.
That's awesome.
I say they technically don't really know that you cast it, but...
Yeah. Okay, I am now at a 34.
Dang! No impressive. Yeah, nobody notices
hands together.
nothing.
Okay. And then feeling a little confident. You said the Dragonborn and the Kobolds were lined up.
Yeah, they've stopped what they're doing for the moment just to show respect to the boss.
I do want to creep over and take a look at this collar on the Kobold.
Okay. Yeah, there's one kobold who's actually down on the ground that you can skitter over to her. And you see she's stock still, and there's a very subtle twitch in her body and a subtle twitch around the mouth. You can just tell that she is just wanting to growl out her frustration at the situation she's in. So what are you doing to investigate this collar?
I'm really just looking at it. I don't want to touch it or anything, just in case she happens to feel me touch her and that compels her to say anything or whatever.
Give me an investigation.
Okay. A 2.
Oh, no.
Dang it.
So I would say at that point, overall your emotions are just running high.
I would say that he's very frustrated seeing other kobolds than other dragonborn in this type of situation.
Yeah, and it's just that frustration of you see these symbols, you want to understand them, and you're pretty sure, like you feel it in your bones that this has to mean something, this has to be doing something. but it's just not clicking.
Okay.
You're trying to puzzle through the connection, and it's not clicking.
Moran had mentioned that he had talked to me, and so as he does and he's talking about, I'm just going to lean over in Dwarvish and say, Moran, honey, I'm going to need you to be real quiet. I'm trying to be real cool right now, and I'm trying to just remember everything. And I think we just need to be real chill. I need you to chill out, bro.
But look at all the...
I understand that you're excited, but I need you to just chill. Just be calm.
Oh, right.
And so Poppy is giving some distance at this point. She was sticking close to Gideon at first, but as Serafina has gone on, she does not like anything about Serafina. She's putting some distance there, but she also understands that she doesn't want to compromise Zonimus's situation by her presence, so she's just loitering, and I'm trying to just observe as much as I possibly can. That's why she's being so quiet.
So I will take the opportunity to talk to Serafina and say, so when do you think you'll be ready to take this ship up?
We're just waiting for Fortunato to give the word. All other preparations have been completed.
I am very impressed by your work, and I'm really looking forward to, I've never been up in the air.
Oh, I wouldn't expect so.
Well, I mean, some in our party know how to do it. I've always thought it'd be neat to fly.
Of course. It's one of those things that, only a select few get to experience it. But with the technology that my father and I developed and that I have continued to develop since his unfortunate passing, again, may the gods rest his soul, one day these will once again take to the skies.
May I ask, how did he die?
Unfortunate accident. I don't like to talk about it.
Well, I hope that we could be friends. You could trust me sometime, and I know that takes time. That's fine. And I think we're going to be spending a lot more time together as we take this beautiful ship and see what she can do, and maybe bring some order to this wild area that's filled with creatures like these dragonkin. Maybe bring some order to them.
Of course. And she gives a little smirk, and for just a split second, just a flash, you think you see fangs.
Moran would like to do an insight check off of the unfortunate accident line.
Oh, I don't need to. My grandparents had a lot of unfortunate accidents. And you rolled a 1, didn't you?
A natural 1. Gosh. Jesus.
You're just thinking about all those times when, because it was actually one of those responsibilities that your mom had where she would have to go to talk to families about mining accidents.
Yes.
And be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. There's been an unfortunate accident in the tunnels. Your daughter was unfortunately crushed by 300 pounds of earth.
I glance over at Poppy.
Isn't it so sad?
I didn't ask or declare a roll, but I did roll a nat 20. And then my insight is a +4.
It's not that she's lying.
It was an accident.
My grandfather died in a house fire. Very unfortunate house fire. That my dad started, or had started.
So you get the feeling, you don't have the full information. What's your full insight?
Like the question I'm asking, or my total score?
Well, your total score.
24.
Technically, a nat 20 does not apply to
24.
skill checks.
So I have a +2.
Okay, so you are a lucky son of a gun. You got 1 point more. Here's the thing. It seems to be more that while Serafina is willing to info dump and is willing to talk to you guys and explain all about what she's doing and, was my father's genius, blah, 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 there is still a little bit of uncomfortableness with you guys, and especially towards Gideon.
So, are we going up the game plan?
Of course, let's go.
I would say Konnor would actually go inspect where the prisoners would be kept instead of going up on the ship.
Oh boy.
We can split that how we need to.
I'm actually going to go with that first.
Okay.
Definitely.
So as the rest of the party starts to head up the gangplank, and Serafina is just going to take you on a tour of the publicly accessible areas of the ship. Konnor decides to scurry back. And, in his sneaky little quiet koboldy way, you head back to the area that they indicated as the holding area, for lack of better term. And you see that the door that leads into it is iron bars.
Okay.
So
It's definitely giving off the vibes of this is the prison. Door itself is locked, but you can see into the room. And give me a perception check.
Okay. That's a 10.
It's very dark. It's darker in here, it's a little gloomier, and it could potentially be, because from the doorway you can only see certain cells, because you can see cells. I mean, there are many of them that look big enough to hold multiple creatures at the same time, but it is a situation where the cells that you can see from your current position, you don't currently see anyone inside of. So that doesn't mean that there's not more people down. It's just from your vantage point, you're having a hard time seeing anybody else.
Okay. So, would I have to have thieves' tools to unlock this?
Yes. So you don't know if it's possibly Serafina who has the keys, if it's Wiley who has the keys, if one of the Azers have the keys. Okay. You haven't found out yet. You could probably go look and see.
Yeah, I'll go scurry around to find a set of keys.
Okay. Give me a perception roll, just
Okay.
to see if you can spot.
21.
21. So with the 21, you see hanging off the belt of one of the Azers, there is a set of keys that may or may not open this particular door. Give me a sleight of hand.
Could it be advantage because I'm invisible with a 34 stealth?
Yes.
Okay. 23.
23. All right. So we'll see if this Azer notices you stealing his keys. So I'm going to give him a perception check. The Azer is completely unaware that anything has been stolen.
Okay.
So you obtain keys.
Keys. What do I do with them? So I'm gonna go scurry back. How many keys are on this thing?
Many.
Many.
You're going to be playing that game.
Percentile dice, go for it.
Actually, yeah, I like that.
Sorry.
All right.
see if you get it on the first try.
You said percentile
Percentile dice. Just because we never roll percentile dice.
I know, right?
It's fun to roll.
Does he want a high roll or a low roll?
Yes.
Okay. Not helpful.
86.
First one ain't it.
Round one.
Straight 90.
Straight 90. This ain't it either.
93.
This isn't it either.
Choose from the other side of the ring.
35.
This is it.
Yay!
More keys.
So very, very carefully.
Fortunately, it doesn't squeak. You open this door and you step inside, and you find yourself in the prison. You see there are 6 cells along the back area, and in a few of the last couple of cells, you do see another group of Dragonborn and a few more kobolds who basically are just resting. You see them all curled up asleep. There's some bowls of probably what was food, mush or something just on the floor. But yeah, they don't notice your presence. And they do all also
Those collars.
the collars.
Okay. Now that I've calmed down a little and am feeling a little bit better about myself because I successfully snuck in here, could I get another attempt at trying to figure this collar out?
Yes, I would allow you another investigation.
Okay, let's see.
At this point, I would allow you investigation or arcana.
Okay.
Because you do know,
Both of
you've
those?
seen the symbols up close. You think that they're magical, but you
Okay.
just can't put 1 and 5 together.
Straight 14.
So with a straight 14, you can identify that it's magic. It is a very specialty compulsion magic.
Okay.
So this is the type of spell, and this is the type of item that somebody obviously put a lot of work and a lot of research into this, and it's not widely known. It would be one of those things where you feel that it has some relation to spells like command, geese, some of these very powerful compulsion magics. With a 14, I would say that's all you can glean from what you can see. The behavior that you've seen putting together the symbols that are on the collars without doing any further research or testing, that's what you got.
Do the sigils look like they're activated, like gleaming, or
What was, so on the 14, was that for Arcana or for Investigation?
Arcana, I guess?
Okay. So with your sorceress connection, with your knowledge of magic, it's one of those things that there's no on and off button. It's the compulsion.
So I will keep this in mind. I will creep back out of the cell, lock it back, keep the key, and try and slide back the keys to the same guy.
Give me another sleight of hand.
Okay.
Again, at advantage.
21.
21. Okay, yeah. He still does not
you're good.
notice a thing. You return the keys to this Azur's belt,
-1.
just so that I'm understanding
Yes,
for
I
future
have-
consequences.
Yeah, I have the jailer's key.
You have the key to the jail. Works for me.
And then how long has this taken?
I would say it's maybe been 10 minutes since you
Okay.
cast your recast invisibility.
Okay, cool.
Greetings and salutations, my friends. I'm Michael Cross. So great to have a moment to talk with you during this mid-show break. First off, I want to invite you all to join us as Patreon members. The money we raise helps us pay for things like the music and sound effects you hear on the show, as well as money to go to events and make new fans. When you become a Patreon member, you get our episodes 4 days early, bonus content, access to our Discord server, and full versions of our roundtable discussions. You'll be joining other fans like Scott Wise, Don Mills, Heath Mormon, and the Lady Kate. So join us right now at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. Another way to support us is by getting your very own Red Dirt merchandise. You can find things like hats, hoodies, mugs, and t-shirts. Just click on the merch tab at reddirtdnd.com or reddirtrpg.com. Since 2020, the Red Dirt D&D podcast has been close to another Oklahoma actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast, D20 to Curtain. And me personally, I've had a chance to work on stage with some of the actors on the show. So when you get done with this episode, you should check them out.
Hello, fellow D&Ders. My name is Jerome.
I'm Jennifer. I'm Jody.
And together with our friends Kara, Timothy, and Jared, we are the cast of the D20 to Curtain podcast, where Oklahoma theater geeks and their friends hit record and explore our new addiction to Dungeons & Dragons.
We think D&D is more than just a game. It helps us tap into the enduring power of storytelling.
We combine live gameplay with behind-the-curtain episodes to share our experiences, insights, habits, discoveries, and passion for D&D with anyone who will listen.
We hope D20 to Curtain will make you laugh, cry, maybe even make your experience at your table even more satisfying. Check us out anywhere you listen to podcasts or visit us at d20tocurtain.com or at D20 to Curtain on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We look forward to having you. All we ask is that you have fun, be kind, and play the role.
If you're looking for more content, make sure to check out our YouTube page with Mysteries of Beatrix live every Wednesday. Keys from the Golden Vault from the Red Dirt Outlaws dropping every Tuesday at noon, and Plausible Deniability every other Thursday at 7 p.m. So come check it out at youtube.com/@RedDirtRPG or search for Red Dirt RPG on YouTube. And we would love to hear from you. Find us on social media at Red Dirt RPG. You can also get in touch with us through our website at reddirtrpg.com. In the meantime, make sure and subscribe to this podcast and leave a comment on your favorite podcatcher so others can find us. All right, I think that's everything I need to tell you. Right now, let's head back to Red Dirt D&D.
While our adorable Kobold mascot is going through and performing some very good stealth missions, a successful stealth mission, in fact, the rest of you have been taken onto the new ship as Serafina is talking about it and pointing out different things and different features. Serafina refers to it as a runner because it is lighter, faster, and just due to advances in technology, a little more powerful than some of the older, slower, clunkier models. The gunships of the past were fine for their purpose. If you need firepower, you go for a gunner. You need security, you go for a gunner. You need speed, you go for a runner. And that is what our illustrious young Wiley has asked me to do. But yes, this is the ship.
There are some various quarters below for relaxing, and you sling up a hammock, you're good to go.
Have you flown this thing yet?
We have done a few tests.
Have you actually taken it off the roof?
Oh, not yet, we don't. We want to surprise the world, yes?
Oh, I understand that. I just thought, no one's around here, so it was just us.
Is no one around, or are some of the sneaky elves?
I don't even know. I have no idea what the elves are up to.
So we've been hanging out with Serafina and Wiley for a while now, and I've been very quiet, and I've been observing, so I was wondering if I could do some insight check to see what their relationship, if I get vibes that it's just a partnership, if Serafina is a little begrudging because Wiley outranks her, or if I'm just looking for a vibe.
Sure.
Good question.
Give me insight.
Come on.
Do that magic check.
It's gonna be an 18.
18. With an 18, the vibes that they are giving off, Serafina has absolutely no issue with Wiley. She's getting to do what she loves. She's, finally getting to realize and improve upon technology that she probably hasn't had a chance to really play with for the last however long it's been since anyone's asked her.
Millennia or two.
Yeah, millennia or two at least. Been asked to do anything of this magnitude. She might have been able to do a few things here, a few things there, but it wasn't what she really wanted, which was to get her hands and be able to build a new skyship for somebody. So she seems to have absolutely no problems with him.
What about the other way?
The other way, it's that there's no animosity there, there's no disrespect. It's that my friend is a nerd, but they're doing something really cool that I don't fully understand what's going on, and every time that they start trying to explain it to me, my eyes glass over and I'm just like, yeah, cool. What does it do for me?
It's serving a purpose for me, yeah.
They seem to be
friendly.
And they've only been working together for the last at least year, it seems like. Maybe not quite that long, but...
Because you were left for dead 9 or 10 months ago.
Yeah.
So I guess all we can do now is wait for this. What was his name again?
Fortunato. Well, we're expecting him to arrive any minute. Why don't we go back to the throne room? That's usually where he likes to show up.
Let's head on up there then. I think we've gotten our full tour of this place, and I'm excited. I think there's a partnership here that works really well. It looks like you guys have done well to control your crew. So, sounds like you got a good operation going here.
Speaking of partnerships, if I may be so bold, what about the Aziers? I noticed they didn't have any collars around their necks, so what kind of partnership you got going on with them?
They like building things.
So it's like your own personal crew that you've known time immemorial.
Subcontractors.
I understand. And so have you guys been active for a while, or were you resting, Serafina, for a while?
We've been incorporated for quite some time.
Right. Mockern, he is not Wiley. He's not Zonimus. He's not good at this extracting info from people. He's got the natural ability to be likable, but he just doesn't have the wisdom.
It's been an eternity, and I couldn't even say how long we've been working together. It's one of those things,
Right.
Are we having dinner after Your Majesty arrives, or?
What, you hungry?
I could eat.
Well, it's only fair to, toast to a new partnership. Why don't we just go up to where we've set up our nice little eating hall?
No, lead the way, Wiley.
Well, you all head back towards the lift.
I think I will follow after them.
All right. So all of you hop onto the lift platform. Serafina pulls the lever. Y'all start rising, and you go up to the floor that you can assume is the throne room. That's where the throne, with the dais with the throne was, and the war room and all that stuff. And then you go up one more level where, stepping off the platform, you do indeed find yourselves in the mess hall. And here, so stepping off the lift, going down the hallway and around, much the same way you've done in the other floors, it opens up to a big open common room area. You've got 2 tables on the western wall, chairs all around them. You have another table that, basically the VIP table, right? So 3 seats there at that table, and milling about. A couple of them are playing some cards and just seem to be relaxing. Some of the old boys from Black Smoke.
Is it as big as the other area before the balcony? It's like 60 feet long, or is it smaller than that?
So it's a 30 by 30 room.
Gotcha,
so just a big square room. You see at the very end of the hallway, there's some double doors that probably lead into barracks or whatever. The hallway
at the very end of the room that leads down. You're not quite sure what could be back that way, but with the implications of what this room is used for, probably a kitchen or something similar. You do see there's some other guys. When you walk in, they're all playing cards. As soon as they see Serafina and Wiley, they're still pretty chill. But when they see you guys, they actually start to get up. One of them does look to Wiley and like, is this okay? Wiley just waves them off. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Got it under control. They slowly retake their seats, giving you all suspicious, wary looks, as obviously they're listening to Wiley and they're going by his lead, but your appearance does concern them.
The folks that helped Wiley escape from the last stop, we never really saw any of those guys because we were inside the house. Zonimus did. And then there was only one person that was left alive at the Pegasi.
He was an orc.
And he was an orc. So Zonimus might be the only one that recognizes anybody in the room? Like the rest of us haven't seen any of these guys?
Yeah, I would say there's a couple of them that you remember, but that's the thing about a gang like the Black Smoke Gang. People come and go pretty quick. So within a year of you leaving and then you coming back into the fold, you don't know if potentially some of those guys have gotten killed, some of those guys have left of their own volition.
Got arrested.
When Wiley puts his hand out and tries to calm those with concern, I'm hoping you guys follow my lead. I'm just acting like I belong here and y'all better watch y'all step.
Yeah.
Wiley says, I've got it under control, and I've been looking around, and there's a flash in my brain, because I told Mocker to be cool, so I will be cool, but I will not be controlled. But I'm more chill. I'm less obvious than Mocker.
Wiley slips back into whatever kitchen area, but does come back with a bottle and a handful of cups, so he sits down and uncorks it, starts pouring out drinks.
I'll pull my flask out and pour it into a cup.
Your secret tea.
How big is this table that they're sitting at?
The table itself, it's a pretty long, wooden, this is their mess hall. Wiley and Serafina do keep separate from these guys. They're the general rabble, the ones who are on guard and
They're the enlisted men.
Yeah, so.
Wiley's an officer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, they're familiar enough with Wiley and with Serafina just because of the structure of things. But at the same time, there is a bit of a separation between them of just leadership versus followers. But yeah, there's a couple tables, chairs all around them. The guys sitting there playing cards, not quite as enthusiastic as they probably were when you walked in. But
is there an empty table anywhere? Or is this pretty full up with these guys and then an area sectioned out for Wiley and Serafina?
There's two tables that seem to be the general mess tables. One of them has a group of people sitting at it. The other is actually currently empty. So it seems like these are the guys who are off duty. They're just hanging out, having a good time, relaxing, and then you don't know how many others may or may not be elsewhere.
I want to hide under one of the tables. I know I'm already stealthy, but I still just want to take a moment to rest.
Sure.
I look at Zonimus expectantly for you to pull out my chair because I'm small. I don't feel like Wiley has size-inclusive seating.
I look at Gideon with still that knowing, trust me look, and I don't pull your chair out.
Fine. I will pull my own chair out, but it's gonna... you guys are all sitting down by the time I get climbed up into my chair.
I was about to say, little one, I thought you were strong and independent.
Oh, she's full of surprises too.
Yeah, I remember. He was along.
I forgot about that.
You do see that. Obviously, it's healed up, but there is a new little scar on that cheek from where you
I hit him with
that ice knife.
Well, that's, fortunately, I think those days are behind us. And I can't imagine anybody else you would be happier to have by your side than young Poppy here.
She's quite the firecracker, I'll tell you that.
Well, let's leave all that behind us with a toast. I'll raise my glass.
Wiley will take his.
To the future of an orderly and secure new empire.
To mapping the frontier.
Wiley'll knock back his drink. As these words come out your mouth, Zonimus, and as all of you probably lift your glasses and join in with this toast, the room becomes eerily still. The lights dim, flicker a little, and it's almost as if there's a fog that rolls in a little
clinging to the bottom of the floor. The guys who were over playing cards immediately stop, all eyes turning to the hallway with the lift. Emerging, as if stepping between two worlds, a tall figure, dressed in robes from head to foot, completely covered. His hands held together in front of him, covered by the robes to where the fabric touches and conceals even a face mask, hiding everything from view. Well, what do we have here?
Red Dirt D&D Tales from the Caliban Frontier is Ash King as our Dungeon Master, Brooke Bullock as Macron Stoneshaper, Johnny Payne as Zonimus Dinar, Kiri Hester as Poppy Tealeaf, and I'm Michael Cross as Gideon Block. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician P.J. Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of Monument Studios, Andrew Sitcob, and TabletopAudio.com. We here at Red Dirt D&D could really use your help in getting the word out about us. If you like what you've heard, make sure to rate us and leave a comment. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and RedDirtDND.com. Tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D and share us on social media. And we have new content on our YouTube and Twitch pages. Just search for Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/RedDirtDND. We have several giving levels, including early listening to shows and access to our Discord server. Join us next time as we go deeper into the Caliban Frontier.
A tablet that has a paper and stuff clipped to it, and
clipboard.
Clipboard.
Wow, that would be a good name.
We just invented the clipboard.
Submitted the clipboard. But yeah, no, he has clipboard that he comes over to Serafina, for lack of a better word.
You don't want to say it.
It's like, you don't want to say clipboard, but it's a clipboard.
Yeah.
When she goes over to this bundle of papers on a wooden slat that's held up there with a stone, does she take a wooden twig that's been injected with lead or coal and start making checks down?
No, it's just literally like a piece of charcoal that just chick, chick, chick.
A big feather quill.
Of course. My writing quill.
And especially towards Gideon.
Oh. She doesn't like you. Dude, she's just not that into you.
That's not the signal she's sending.
She just works here. You don't have to flirt with
right? Or keep your friends close, your enemies closer.
May or may not open this particular door.
He just gets this guy's car keys. Like, his apartment keys.
I got
One of the longboats goes, beady beady.
Yeah. I got the keys to one of the longboats, guys. Let's go.
Beep, beep, boom!
The trunk opens.
It's got the automatic start. It just turns on.
Okay.
Actually, it's the alarm button.
How many keys are on this thing?
Many.
A janitor. 7 keys.
I ain't got a fancy job with lots of keys.
Slip that back.
So you're not going in a circle and each
Yeah.
key is
I actually just take it off and place it gently on the floor.
No, I'd rather you take it off the ring and throw it behind you.
He's trying to be sneaky.
Come here, ding, 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 ding.
I think somebody's trying to break in,
You
but I
take
can't
that
see.
key, just put it in your pack.
Yeah, okay. There we go. It goes in my hoard. First sign of squeak, I'm like, pull out the WD-40 in my bag. Spritz the hinges.
Spits on him.
Kobold stealth mission, Patreon break.
Find me some good sneak music.
Oh, I've got it.
I've got it. He's already got it picked out. That's
Been thinking ahead.
I think I actually have a Konnor stealth.
Funny.
Stealth mission.
I was going to start the Dragon Kobold Revolution.
Yes, that's what I think you should form a union.
Yeah, I'm trying, but this compulsion thing.
It all starts somewhere. This could be it.
If only I had Dispel Magic, but I don't, so.
I don't know.
It's like that scene in E.T. whenever all the frogs are jumping out, right? Mm-hmm. In the...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
It's a long, in the biology class.
That's a long reach.
Movie your parents watch after you went.
I know what ET is.
So my...
I have no idea what the elves are up to.
You still got those warrior braids in?
See, they tied me down and braided my hair.
Them damn elves
Right.
going around unwantedly braiding people's hair.
I woke up in the morning and damn it, they'd struck again. Braiding my hair. Look at Mokrin's beard.
The night braider.
Yes, they call me the Midnight Barber.
Oh, well, okay, where's he coming in?
One of the kobolds takes off its hat, glasses, and fake mustache.
I had all of your food.
Cheese Parmesan.
Plot twist, it's been Konnor this whole time.
I will say, every time we talk about Fortunato, I'm like, he's going to wall us up inside his wine cellar.
I know.
Cast the Fortunato.
The Casco Amontillado.
No,
The many injuries of Fortunato I bore as best I could.
That's right.
But when he ventured into insult.
Because the actual person who boarded him up, we don't know his name.
Yeah.
It was the narrator.
Yeah. I think it was a halfling.
I could eat.
Is anybody not picking the Empire Strikes Back scene when the doors open and Darth Vader's standing there? Is anyone not seeing that right now in their head?
Oh, God, this thing.
Isn't it fun? Get in here.
There is a lot of ways I would describe this elevator. It ain't fun.
Serafina pulls the lever.
Fun is no.
But be
Underneath the table.
close enough to hear what they're talking
You
about.
could go into the kitchen and find a sack of potatoes and dump the potatoes out.
Wait, you mean we're gonna have mashed potatoes?
But then the...
That's why you
Mokrin's one weakness.
connect. That's why you click so well.
The mashed potatoes.
I had a bad experience with Wiley and mashed potatoes.